Now, how do we share screen on this guy? Got one how to do it here.
Like, I'm gonna get a video.
Let's open them up again, maybe. Oh, how do you see him? All right, there, yay. Look at that, I think it's working.
People in here.
Hey, Kristen,
Anything?
I think I got it working.
Okay.
How do I get my, back down here?
What, you
My
want,
control panel, this?
yeah, no, it should, double click down here, just double click on your picture there. You've got somebody to admit. I don't know on. Mac.
Don't
That's where-
either, it's like, why am I
But you
not
can
seeing it?
expand it right there. That'll give you the options of seeing more people, but I usually keep it pretty.
I'm
small.
just trying to get back, I want to make sure.
Oh, then is that your Zoom right there?
No,
No, up here where it says
Oh.
up there.
maybe,
Yeah, it had some of your controls.
that's what I'm trying to find in my controls, how do I open it up?
No, then go back down there. That's not it.
It was there a minute ago, that's what I'm
It's
trying,
in,
it just goes somewhere, it's down here, oh, there it is, oh,
here you go.
screen.
You got
I want to
it.
make sure that they're
I'll
seeing
be
my
in-
screen.
I'll be in
think
a
they
minute.
are.
I've got to get ready for a recruiting
Okay,
appointment. that's
no
coming in.
worries.
Business meeting.
Okay, how is everybody? Good. Awesome.
So is this a competition thing? You can build these little houses?
Well, I did one of them for, well, I did, first one I did. I was almost done and realized it's too big for the entry spot. And I was already making trouble.
How do you scale it down, or is it too late?
It is too late. I don't know if I can break it. So, yes, the Renaissance Festival has a fairy house contest. So I entered last year, was for the first time, did pretty well, but.
Yeah, this year.
It's just fun to make them. Keeps me out of trouble, obviously.
All right. Is anyone trying to get in online? Trying to tell. Gonna wait a couple minutes, see if anybody else is trying to come in online, if I can figure that out. Make that go away. Here we go. Autumn, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna echo it here. Good morning, Matt. How are you? How's everybody doing today? All right, we are going to get started. This is our power session 4, leveraging your powerful contact database. Kind of wrap our minds around what a database is, what it does for us, and how we can benefit from it. All right, see if anybody else is coming on. Oh, let me pull up the, okay, we're gonna have a little introduction, the power of your database, how to build a database, feed it every day, communicate with it in a systematic way, service all the leads that come your way, final thoughts, and pulling it all together. We're not gonna be able to do all of this today. Part of it will be today, and then we'll finish up on Thursday. It'll be a 2-part session, 'cause there's a lot of information to go over. Good morning, Debbie.
Morning.
Good morning, Connor. Maybe he's not there yet. There he is. Good morning, Connor. Hi, Serenity. Hi, David. Would you close the doors, whoever's last in? Thank you. Okay. Good morning, Laura. All right. Let's get started with our database. Your database is literally the foundation of your business. Oh, everybody scan, let's check in too. People online, here's the thing to check in. So I know who was here this morning. For those of you at home, we're going to do an activity on page 4 in the student handbook. If you have that pulled up in front of you, I'll flash. I don't know if it flashes on the screen or not. I passed them out in here. I printed them off. Okay. Where are you today with your lead gen efforts? Get into the habit of taking accountability for your actions and your progress. Take time to share with me in the class, your peers, your challenges and your next steps for your lead gen. So in front of you, I put down an activity here to talk about real quick. What have you been doing for your lead gen lately? We're going to work on that for a few minutes, and then we'll share our comments. You can fill in the sections there. What lead gen activities did you do recently? Your ahas from those activities, the most difficult part of those activities, and what you want to do differently in the next 24 hours. What are your thoughts on your lead gen? You can write down your comments there. Oh, good morning. Here's Talon. Good morning, Talon. There he is. Good morning, Talon. I'll leave that scan in here for Serenity and for Talon. You guys can get checked in. And Serenity, we're doing that activity there, talking about our lead gen, what we did over the weekend and how we feel about it. Everybody in here get checked in? Everybody online get checked in? Okay, introduction. Oh, ground rules for our slideshow. Okay, this is the exercise we're doing. Where are you today? What lead gen activities did you do recently? What are your ahas from those activities? What was the most difficult part of those activities? And what do you want to do differently in the next 24 hours? Your database and your lead gen efforts are 100% connected to each other. So that's why we're talking about lead gen at the beginning. Morning, Angel. Okay, anybody want to share how you did on your lead gen over the weekend? Thomas?
Well, has nothing to do with what I did or didn't do. I did an open house, but usually I guess I gotta try to figure out how to get open houses. Better open houses, because this is the first open house that I've done in the last 3 months that had like people coming to it.
Mhm.
Because usually I go to open houses, and sit there like, well, you know.
Yep.
But there was actually people at, 10 different groups come through this open house.
Awesome.
And it's good to be able to answer questions.
Yeah.
As opposed to sit there waiting on people to show up.
Right. Were you able to get information from people to check, to follow up with them? Wonderful. Good job. Thomas had an open house this weekend and got a couple of leads. So good. Anyone else want to share how they're doing with their lead gen? Do you have an aha moment or a difficulty?
I've been farming.
Okay,
And about this week was the first day of school, and several people were like, oh, like it was like, they knew who I was, and they just encouraged.
that's awesome. Yes, exactly.
They know.
Yeah, Laura just shared, she's been farming her neighborhood and they had their, yesterday was the first day of school, so everybody was, chatting and running into each other and they were like, oh, you're the new realtor. So that's awesome that you're getting the word out. It's exactly what lead gen is all about. Sharing with people
Megan?
that you're now selling, right? Yes?
Connor's asking to get admitted back into the room. He said he got kicked out.
Oh, sorry, Connor, there you are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone online want to share one of their aha moments or a difficulty with their lead gen activities?
I can go.
Okay.
So I've been looking into interacting more with FSBOs and expireds, but I realized that because so many of them have either no contact information listed or they're on the do not call registry, I'm going to have to set aside time to actually go see them in person in order to get more
Yeah.
information. And I think the most difficult part is just pushing through the initial nerves of making the phone call.
That is the challenge with FSBOs. If they're on the do not call list, then you either have to go in person or send them something in the mail to try to make that connection with them. That's true.
Okay, so the open house that I did had no solicitors on the bill.
Mhm.
Right by the front door, so how does that work? If you got no solicitors and on the no call list.
I would send them something in the mail. So you're not violating their privacy. You're not soliciting something as in selling something, you're offering them a service to try to assist them, but they may not want you knocking on their door. You could still leave them a flyer too. But I wouldn't necessarily try to get, it's just hard. You can try to knock and see what kind of response you get. Some people will be welcoming, some won't. Okay.
Go
ahead, Matt.
If I could ask you to FSBOs, I've been doing letters, but I found that you really have to use different verbiage between the occupied and people are still there, and the people who live out of state and they're just selling property. And so kind of massaging that language in my introduction letter was a little bit difficult.
Okay, we're getting an echo in here. I'm trying to fix it. I need my, where's Ryan? How do I get rid of my echo, Ryan? So I'm one of these, I'm trying to turn my volume down. Nope, down. See if that helps. Okay. Turn up. Okay, so try to say it again, Matt.
Oh, okay. I'm doing a letter campaign to FSBOs. I found that you have to use a different verbiage between the occupied who are still there and those who live like out of state and they're just selling their rental property. I've been finding that what I approach to the occupied would be more of an emotional approach in my introduction letter, and to the outside who's just selling the property a little bit more straightforward and service introduction.
Okay, we're still having an echo problem here, but have you had any luck with doing the letters like that?
So far I've received a couple emails back, no phone calls.
Okay,
And I'm
that's
following up
encouraging.
I'm following up with the emails this afternoon.
Awesome. That's the best way to do it. Even if you get a slow beginning on your responses, just keep at it. If they respond back, and obviously you keep interacting with people, see if you can't figure out a way to get together for a meeting or something. Excellent. Okay, we are here. We're introducing the Power of One, validity and positioning, prospecting, marketing. Now we're going to start talking about leveraging your database. How do you get a handle on your database to make it work for you? Bruce Hardy is a top producing agent in Spokane, Washington. He had a revelation that if he realized the power that building and working a contact database could bring, help him grow his business. He started his database with 25 people and has now grown to over 4,000 people that he has met over the 12-year period he's been in real estate. He said his biggest breakthrough was when he realized that he needed to go out and meet people. What he started to do was build his database. He started prospecting his Mets, people he already knew. That's what he did. And it didn't take long once he started, he said, to get it out, to see how it quickly grew his business. Okay. Your ability to lead generate and therefore grow your business is tied to your ability to mass and systematically prospect and market to a large database of contacts. Command gives you that ability. You can put every person you ever meet into Command as a contact, and you have several ways to communicate with them. So it's a very efficient database. The heart of your business is your database. The heartbeat of your business is the regular contact with your database. You have to feed and nurture your database in order for it to work for you. Your database is the record of your business successes and its potential. Your database is your business. Everything should be in your database at all times. You will use it to record contact information for your leads, track your interactions with them, track your marketing, track your opportunities. Our Command platform does all of that for you. It interconnects with each other. So it's very important that everyone you meet, you put in there so you can start focusing on all those contacts. and
Well,
have them
that makes
connect.
it So that you can have versatility in how you communicate with them. And that's why you always try to get phone number, mailing
Yep.
address. and
Email.
Because that gives you that versatility, and if you need to send something out to all the people that you know are buyers. Like you're gonna do an open house in the area that might appeal to them, then if you have it tagged and you know who those people are. Then you can easily communicate with them and say, hey, stop by my open house on Sunday, 123 Main Street. Maybe a house that you're interested in, you've gotta have that versatility
Mhm.
to get the output of your database. Just having names in there means nothing.
Yeah.
Unless you do something with it.
And putting tags on them is very helpful, because that helps identify where you met that person, what their interest is. Are they buying? Are they selling? Are they a former coworker? Are they from the school you used to work at? How do you know them? When you identify people in there that way, then you can communicate with them in different ways too. They have an example here. When you hear a doctor or a lawyer selling their practice, what are they actually selling? They're not like just selling a building or the furniture in it. They're selling all their clients. You're inheriting those clients to build your business on that. Your database is the same thing as a real estate agent. Every person you have in there, all your contacts are your clients. They are your business. So think of it that way. We're very much related to a doctor or a lawyer. Everyone we know that we do business with is our database. So if we were to sell our database, those people are getting all that business from those people we have in there. We build our business on that. I loved this page on the database tools. I'm old enough to remember when you met somebody at the law office and they would come in and be our client. Oh, probably. Oh, yeah, sorry. There was a quote I was just saying. Yep. Thank you. Kristen's reminding me I have to remove my slides as we go through
Okay,
this.
hard to do all of it.
It is. It's hard to keep up with everything. Okay, this made me giggle. Database tools, 3x5 index cards. I remember back in the day, we'd get a client in the law office, they'd come in and you had those little Rolodex cards and you'd type up their information on there and you'd put, you know, how you met them and what their, if it was a custody case or a child support case or whatever. And then we would alphabetize the Rolodex and you'd spin it around. And over as the years went by, my mom's Rolodex, I ran the law firm, was, you know, I don't know, this big, was huge. We had hundreds of clients. Your database is going to be similar. We just are going to put it all in command now instead of on index cards.
And this is what Gary Keller used.
Yeah.
When he was an agent, because that's what you did, you had them on index
Yeah.
cards.
Now we get down to number 5. We have what are called contact management systems now, where everything's in an electronic system and you're able to communicate via text, email, mailers, whatever, because all that information is in your database and you can like Kristen said, you have this versatility to communicate differently with the clients in there. So we're going to focus on this contact management system because that's what Command does. It's designed that way. So for me, I think the best power tool for us is Command because that's what we already have.
And you can hear other agents who use other systems, CRMs, contact.
Management
management
system.
systems.
Mhm.
Don't you dare pay for one until you start making money.
Yeah.
And until you get enough transactions that make sense to go pay for one. Because you've got a really highly functional free one. Use it to all of its functionality, and you may never go and purchase another one. But just know there are other options out there, but most of them, you all are not at a point that it makes sense.
Yeah, they're very expensive.
They are very expensive.
Okay, the 4 laws of the database. Build it. You have to put people in it for it to work. Feed it every day. Communicate with them in a systematic way and service all the leads that come your way. And we're going to talk about how to accomplish these things, but that's the basis. Your database is only as efficient as you make it. So the more people you add to it, the more people you can communicate with, the more your business is going to grow. So don't be afraid to put everyone you know, like Kristen always says. You already have these people that you know. You should start slowly trickling them all into your database. You need to communicate with these people. Let them know you're a real estate agent. Let them know you have services that you can help them with. Don't be afraid to tell them. Okay, the size of your real estate. Okay, how to build your database. Amber, good morning. Let Amber in. Okay, building a database. It's not just the business of servicing clients, it's a business of finding clients to service. That's where the lead gen comes in. You have to be out there every day, meeting people, greeting people, setting up relationships.
What I find Megan
Mhm.
most often is you'll put people in your database that you know, and then people who you move forward with, meaning they want to go buy or sell. But you're probably, many of you are not putting every single lead, like all your open house leads. Are they going in your database? Are they going into command? They have to, they need to, you never know when they may need to, and if you don't communicate with them, some of them.
Yep.
Should I put them in if they already have an agent? No. Okay, if they have told you to have an agent, now we say, well, who is it? There's a good chance I know them.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that's a phrase we use, like when we go shopping and say, I'm just looking.
Mhm.
Buyers have learned to say, I have an agent.
Yep.
So, who's your agent? There's a good chance I know them, instead of who's your agent? Yeah. Right? I don't want it to sound like I'm trying to figure out whether you're worth my while or not, and then I even go another step and I said, I'll let them know that you came by this open house.
That's exactly what I call them.
And then I do,
Mhm.
because you never know when your buyers are gonna go out shopping without you. And you will be so grateful when another agent lets you know they were out shopping without you.
Because people will just drive by and see an open house sign and pop in. Their
Yeah.
agent is with them. So I always let the agent know, hey, Julie and Sam stopped in today. They really like the place in Brookside. It just, because that helps them follow up with them, because your relationship with other agents in town can also generate business for you. So don't ever be shy to talk to other agents.
They also say the size of your real estate business will reflect the size of your bank account.
Yeah.
And I say the size and the quality of your database. Because if it just has a lot of names and not complete data with those names, then it's not very valuable.
Right.
Think of it as because, as Megan said, it is your most valuable asset of your real estate business. So you want to treat it like gold.
Yep.
You want to nurture it, you want to make sure it's growing. You don't just, I think sometimes you will hear, we say, get everybody in command, and then you think that's all you do. You're done. I got my names in there. Well, no, that's the start of this process of feeding and nurturing and growing your database. You have to continue to keep it fresh, because every day it's dated material.
Mhm.
Somebody moves, somebody gets a new job, somebody gets married, somebody has a baby. I mean, your database is always in flux.
Yep.
Always.
This is a great slide. Where your contacts come from, where your lead gen comes from, where the people you already know come from. Think about if this, that they give the example of you have the lake, and all around the lake are all the different sources, and all these little tributaries feed into that lake. Well, all these resources that you're already out there for you are going to feed into your own database. How do you already know people? I like it starts up here, this big one at the top. You already have your own friends, your business networks from your prior jobs or other current jobs of your dual career, your own personal referrals, your family, your other clients you've worked with on other jobs. Well, you certainly want to let them know you have this new career. All these resources. And then of course it goes through all the things you do as an agent to try to get new job, new business, farming and marketing and client parties. And, you have yard signs out, advertises your name, calling FSBOs, withdrawn listings, expired listings. These are all different resources to you. Ways you need to start thinking about the people you already know that you can put into your database. Okay. Have mets and mets. What do you think the difference is between those two words? We talked about that last week. Mets are people you know, you've already met. You have a relationship with them, most likely. Have not mets, not mets for short. People you haven't met yet, but there's an opportunity to go out and meet them. Yes. So have not mets are the general public, people you haven't met and you don't know. But you can start focusing on the have not mets. Target a group of people What kind, this is where the marketing and prospecting ideas we talked about before come into play. It differs, these target groups are different from just the general public. Because you're going to target people that have something specifically related to what how you're trying to grow your business, like doing farming like Laura's trying, or doing, you know, if you want to try, like Serenity's talking about maybe setting up an event in her neighborhood to try to get some attention, maybe doing like a fall clothes drive or coat drive or something.
Seniors, maybe.
Yep,
That's a demographic.
right.
You're targeting.
Yeah, like I've worked with seniors in the past, helping people relocate in nursing homes. So I communicate regularly with all those attorneys that I used to have that business with and talk to them about helping their current clients move. And I've gotten referrals that way. Just be careful. They usually have lots of stuff in their house when you help them move out. Yeah, different problem. Okay, now let's go on to METs. The network group, individuals you know because you have met them either in person or by phone. You might have done business with them before. You hear people a lot about going to networking groups or they're in the BNI group or something. Those kind of relationships are very important, especially for all of us that had careers before we were in real estate. Take advantage of that. Get those people into your database. They know you, you know them. Now you can start telling them, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I can, you know, I've got all kinds of services I can help you with. If you need something, let me know. Not just moving. What if they need, you know, a plumber or they need a painter? Let them know that you can be that referral source for them if they need something to do with any kind of house issue. Allied Resources, very select subset of your MET group, who are your real estate related fields. These are people that we were going to work with in the industry, our lenders, our title companies, our inspectors. You need to start meeting those people, getting to know those people, putting them into your database. I put all the people I work with in there under vendor, allied resource. They're not going to be a client necessarily, but they're going to be a partner with me. So you want all those people in your database so you can communicate with them and find them when you need them. Instead of shuffling through paperwork, where did I put John's phone number? He's in my database. I can go look him up.
And some people ask, should I put other agents in my database? Well, yeah. Because you might have a listing that you know they have a buyer or they've done business in that area before. Or you just want to let them know. I had a key core of agents. I always invited them to my broker tours and everything. It was kind of like A-list agents that I love to work with.
Yeah.
So I would just encourage that relationship and always invite them to my broker tour.
Yeah.
Hey, here's your invitation.
Yeah. Because you can often get referral business from these agents you meet. They get a client that's just, you know, not in their normal range of business and they know that you specialize in that or something. So it's always a good idea to build relationships with other agents as well. Like I get a lot of referrals because I speak Spanish from agents who don't. I'll get phone calls. Megan, will you help me with this client? So of course. So you need to build on that relationship with other agents in the community. Advocates are people who you not only have done business with in the past, but will continue to do so in the future. Like Chris and I are saying. Some of these other agents, vendors, inspectors, you're going to develop relationships with them and you're going to like one over the other. Well, make that your go-to person then. Because you guys can help each other with your businesses. You can grow theirs and they can help grow yours if they'll send you referrals. It's a great partnership. And then your core advocates are not only can and will do business with you, but they are well placed. Owners of a sports team, executive of a large corporation. They're a builder, they're a contractor. You can get that kind of connection going and feed those people in your database. That's going to grow business for you tremendously. So getting out there and finding other people are going to help you build your own business. You want to partner with those kind of people. All right, types of business, METs and haven't METs can bring you. METs can bring you repeat business, referral business, and new business. Because you've got the opportunity to do business with them, have them send you referrals, and have them bring you new people.
And then buy and sell from you.
And then by themselves, they can refer their families. I mean, the people you already know are a great resource. Now, the haven't METs can bring you new business sometimes, and eventually they might bring you some referral business. So you want to start reaching out to people you don't know and networking and getting new people into your database. It's important to communicate with both and to follow up. And we're going to talk about ways to go out there and try to get those have not METs yet and how you put them into your database. Okay, how large should your database be? Follow the model from our KW Ignite class. What are we supposed to do every single day? From our Ignite classes, what do you guys remember? What's our daily, what's it called? The daily 10-4. Good. Serenity gets a star.
It's also under 5 weeks of success. You're supposed to every day talk to 10 people.
Yep.
Then what else do you do? Put those, put them in command.
Yeah, put them in command, yep.
Put those 10 people in command or the additional information or notes that you got from talking to them. What's the third thing? 10.
Handwritten notes.
Handwritten notes or text messages, so follow up.
Yep.
And what's the last? It's not every day, it's weekly. Preview 10 constantly every week.
Yep.
Build your knowledge.
Yep.
Build your knowledge.
Go on
What is the
H.
dollar buy in different parts of town.
Exactly. Yep. So if you were to do that, if you put 10 people in your database every day, think about that, 5 days a week, you could get close to 2,000 people in your database to start working with, start building your business.
And if you start, and don't think you're probably going, oh my God, that many new people, let's start here. Remember, you can download everybody from here into command. But I want you touching all those people.
Yeah.
You just put them in there and say, oh, I got my database done. No, you should be doing the 10 a day of reaching out and letting them know and checking in on them.
Yes.
That's where the magic starts to happen, when you strengthen or reestablish or reignite relationships.
Yep.
That's what you need to be doing. That's what that 10 a day is all about.
Yep.
In the beginning. And if you do that your whole first year, so you'll think, oh, but then I only had 200 here, so then what do I do? Well, every time you do an open house, you're adding those could be 10 leads in a week. Door knocking. All of those activities, other activities you're doing, you're adding those people in there.
Yep. And with command, since it runs so efficiently with a home address, an email, and a cell number, it's so nice if you have people in there, you don't have all three of those things, call them and check in with them, catch up with them and say, by the way, I'd love to send you my newsletter. Can I have your current email? The old email I have doesn't work. And start updating the information in your database. And then you're going to be able to communicate more efficiently with people. And it's going to eventually bring you more business because they're going to see all the wonderful things you're doing. Yes. Okay. You want to continually move towards becoming everybody in your database, becoming that core advocate, people who want to work with you, people who know you, people that you've done business with. You want to start establishing those relationships, ideally, because 20% of your database can lead to 80% of your business. Remember back in Ignite, we talked about the 28 principle. If you get those core people in there that you know are going to refer you business, they're going to work with you in the future, then you're going to be able to build on that. So you want to make sure those people are in there so you can communicate with them. And reality, this takes time. It takes 2 to 5 years to really get a real estate business up and running and having it, feed itself. So you need to be patient. But if you do this consistently every week, then it will start showing. You will see the results of this when you nurture your database and when you start feeding all those contacts. But you have to have them in there in order for it to work.
Small detail.
Small detail. So building your METS database. Everyone you meet goes into your database. Even though someone may not be an immediate buyer or seller, you put all of them in there as a MET. Because you want to put them on an 8x8 campaign and eventually the 36 touch campaign like we've been talking about. You want to be able to communicate with those people every week, every month. Send them information, interact with them. Take them out for coffee every now and then. Or whatever. But you've got to come up with that's the systematic way to focus on your database, is doing these things routinely. So once they're in there with their email and their text and their home address, then you can communicate. You can send them newsletters. You can send them information about open houses. You can, I send out text messages to my clients. They love it when they hear from me personally. I try to call people whenever I get a chance. But it's a great way because Command will do all that for you. It'll do automatic emails. It'll do automatic newsletters. You put people on smart plans, then you're communicating with them, but you're not having to think about it every single day. It works for you. It works for itself. So think about the resources you already have. People you already know, your own family, your friends, your neighbors, your school, people you do business with. If you're into sports or hobbies, you go to the gym, all the people at the gym, you know, try to start putting them in your database. Former employees and coworkers, we all had many of us are dual career still, or you've had a prior job in the past. Try to start putting some of those people in here, communicate with them, let them know you're selling real estate now. If you belong to organizations, your church, PTAs, kid organizations, all that stuff, those are people that you want to start including in your database. I did, yeah, he's here. No, you're fine. Okay, yeah. Okay, another great have not met database resource are vendors. Oh, are we supposed to do this exercise or are we doing this one as homework? I thought
But you already know, I think so.
yeah, we're gonna send this with you guys as homework to bring back on Thursday. Okay, building your have not met database. Even though you don't know people personally, there are resources out there as real estate agents that are going to be very beneficial to you. So you want to start focusing on what we call allied resources or vendors that are in the real estate world. You need to reach out and say, hey, I'm a new agent. I work at KW. I'd like to, maybe partner with you. Get all those people in your database because you're going to need them. And then you have their information available to you.
And don't wait until you have a transaction.
Right.
So you need to know inspectors. You need to know title companies. We've got a great one here, Platinum Title. You need to know those. So you should be introducing yourself now before you have a transaction with clients. Not at the moment where you're like in a panic, like, oh.
Right.
Home warranties, all those things. You all should be doing that now and building those relationships. And most of them are very generous and very eager to meet you.
Yes.
Might give you free little trinkets and stuff.
Yeah, I was talking to an experienced agent and they mentioned, so I called AV May and they put out these flyers for me to go hand out.
Yes.
And they marketed it to me, which was really nice, so all I had to do was they even delivered it,
Yes.
so all I had to do
Yes.
was take it home.
We have some vendors that we have partnered with here at KW. There's, I don't know, 3 or 4 dozen of them. There's a lot.
Yeah.
And they will do those. We partner with AV May. They will do things like that. If you're doing an open house and want to promote a listing, you call them and they will help you market materials, send it out because then they also get to advertise their company along with you. We partner with them so we both benefit from it. And all of those allied resources they're in our mailing room. There's a lot of brochures and business cards. You can go get their information, call them, introduce yourself. They often come to our business meetings and talk to us. Once or twice a year, we have a vendor, like a service breakfast. That I encourage you to come to those. You get to meet all the vendors that we partner with one-on-one, introduce yourselves. Because we have, oh my gosh, we have the title companies, we have inspectors, we have home warranty people who install floors, people who install carpet, contractors. I mean, everything that, electricians, plumbers, roofers, everything that's necessary in a house transaction. When you're buying and selling real estate, we have a contact here in the office. So we encourage you to start meeting those people because then I put them all into my database. I've got their name and phone numbers. When I do need them, I can just call them up. Like Robert happens to be the AV May rep. And so if you need something, you can call Robert. He's a very nice man.
If we come across someone that's maybe newer into the industry, that they're trying to help us and we're trying to help them, and they're not a preferred vendor, but we want to help leverage that, how can we help them on a greater scale other than, on Facebook? Someone's asking for a referral, is there something that we can?
Definitely, usually like Facebook or something like that, where you're promoting or talking about their business and tagging them, but also introduce them to that. So she can tell them about our service provider program. It's a marketing program. It has 3 different levels. And it may be something because then they get access to all of us here, depending on the level of that they buy into.
Yeah.
Some get to teach classes. So they get FaceTime with us and that's very valuable. So, yeah.
Yeah, and if you have somebody else that isn't one of our preferred vendors, you're still welcome to partner with them and do stuff. Absolutely. Yeah. And like I have friends in the community who own restaurants, and so we'll do stuff where, you promote taco night at the restaurant, Enrique loves that, and then I love it because we all get to generate from the business and we get to eat tacos. And so, I mean, there's other ways to have community partnerships. They don't have to be a preferred vendor here. You can do your own. Just make sure you're doing your marketing appropriately, and KW's recognized on it. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be compliant with that. So if you're ever not sure about how to actually market something where you're following all the compliance rules, just check in with one of us and show us your flyer, and we can make sure that you're not missing something. All right, so your strong database is not a one-time or even a part-time activity. It is a daily activity that has to be nurtured and taken care of.
That's why when we talk about the 3 hours of Legion, do you remember, how is that structured?
2 hours of Legion.
That follow-up is when you should be putting all that information in your database
Yep.
of what the outcome of your Legion was.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So always make sure, I used to think that that wasn't real Legion, the follow-up part, so it's skimp on that part, I think, "Oh, I can't claim that, but it is, because if you don't put all that into the database, then it may be nothing that you talk
Yeah.
about, speak.
Right.
What were the time breakdowns? 30 minutes of prep, 2 hours of Legion, and 30 minutes of follow-up.
It is very important in command under your contact. When you open up that contact's name, you have a place to put notes in there. You can put tags on them about, what kind of contact they are. Are they a buyer? Are they a seller? Are they, like, I have my contacts set up where I met them at school, or I met them at PTA, or they're from my legal community. So I know how I know that I met them at an open house. I know how I met them, so then I can talk to them differently if I want to talk to certain groups in my database. But there's an opportunity in there also to put notes. So if you talk to somebody, they say, oh yeah, my granddaughter's having a baby in December. Well, make a note about, Megan's granddaughter's having a baby. You want to send them a congratulations card when it happens. Watch for it on Facebook. I use my notes section on my contacts to keep up to date with what's going on with the people in my database, because your brain's not gonna be able to remember. But if you can always go back and refer to your notes, and then it tells you also what time, when you talk to them, you actually have a date on there. It's like, oh my gosh, that was last June I talked to her. I should probably give her a call. It's been a while. So it just helps you keep up with your database. Use that resource. Command is very, very good about managing your database for you. Okay, yeah, we just talked about this, but make sure you're doing the 10-4 every single day, every single week. I mean, we still do this as, agents who've been at it for a while. Anybody I meet goes in my database. They get put on my neighborhood nurture. They get put on my newsletters. Automatically, I put them into all my smart plans. So I want to be talking to them as regularly as possible.
And you see what it says in bold?
Mets do not have to be local. Oh, some of the best resources are your family and friends who live in other states. Let them know. If you have a friend moving to Colorado, call me first. I will find them the best agent in Colorado to help them. Then you get the referral fee. And you can make connections in Colorado. Now it might bring more business in the future. So they don't have to be local to do business with them. So tell all your family and friends who live anywhere that you're now an agent. Send them your newsletter. Say, here, this is what I do. These are information. You want to start sharing that with people in your community. Have them help you build relationships in other areas.
Oh, it's so important, because that can be some of the easiest money you've all made.
Yep.
You can't stress that enough. Out of town referral is easy money, only if you educate the people
Yep.
that you know out of state and let them know,
Yep.
hey, I can help you,
Yep.
hey, I can help. But you have to do it. I put everybody out of town on a quarter.
Yep.
I let them know, I reminded the reporter that I was there
Yep.
and I was ready to help.
Yep. And Command also has a feature for referrals. You can get in there and you can find all agents in all other states and all other small towns, big towns, wherever around the country. And then you can, so if you start making those relationships too. My friend needed a referral in Manhattan, Kansas. So I got online and looked up, and there was another woman out there named Megan. So I called her and I was like, I have a possible client. We chatted on the phone for 15 minutes, loved each other. And now we have a client together. So it was an easy way to get a referral.
Those are all Keller Williams.
They're all Keller Williams agents. Yes.
But you don't have to refer to Keller Williams. I mean,
Right.
we are most places, we're not all places.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just Keller Williams. Yeah.
Keller Williams. I would always start on our closed Facebook page just to see if one of us has a good connection wherever you're looking, so I always start in the office first to make the request, hey, does anybody know a good agent in Denver, Colorado?
Yeah,
And then I'll go to, and then you gotta do a little research, you gotta interview them, see if you think they're gonna be a fit, get a feel for them.
right, yeah. Okay, we have a little activity. I don't know if we have time. We might have time. I don't think so either. All right, let's go over, is that part on here? Okay, yeah. Things I've been saying it the entire time, but things you need to have in your database. If you don't have all of these, it's a good excuse to call somebody and catch up with them and try to get their current information. You want their name, you want their spouse's name. You want their home address. If you have a home address, Command will automatically put people on the neighborhood nurture where they get every other week or once a month, depending on the activity in their neighborhood, they get an update on the homes that are selling in their neighborhood, new ones that are coming on the market. It's a great tool. People love it because it tells them about their home values in their own neighborhood. And it will find them just based on their own address, and you can go add more neighborhoods around them too if they want to see a broader spectrum. Anyone, yeah. Everyone in KW's community nationwide, it'll do that.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, and it's automatic. And my clients, I get lots of positive feedback on that. They look forward to it. You want, well, most people don't have home numbers now. You want a cell phone number. If you get a cell phone number, you can use the Twilio service on Command to communicate via text to all of your clients at the same time, if you want to. It's wonderful. Email address is very critical to send them information. And if they have a business card, it's helpful to have their business information at Command also.
So here's the reason, like when we do in November, the investing seminar. Wouldn't you like to easily be able to invite everybody?
Yep.
And if you've got all that, and remind them, so you could send them first the invitation, then you can send them some reminders, and you can text them like a couple of days before the event. If you have your database fully built out.
What's the name of it?
Contacts. Oh, Twilio is the.
Twilio.
If you go to Brett's tech classes, he'll show you how to put Twilio. You do have to pay for Twilio. I pay $3.16 to send over 500 text messages a month.
Me too. Super
And
easy.
usually I have a carryover.
Me
So I've
too.
got a lot of credits. For that $3.16.
Like for instance, for the seminars we do, I put people on a smart plan for the seminars. It sends them the initial email. It'll send them a text if like the next week, it'll send them the second email and they'll send them a text the following week to remind them of what's going on. And it's an easy way. So if you want to do like a mass blast to your database, I use a tag called SOI, Sphere of Influence. So everybody's in my sphere. And it's bright red, so I can make sure I get the tag on everybody. I can see it when I look at their contact. Then I can send to my smart plan, I can send whatever smart plan I want to my sphere of influence. I just pull up everybody with that tag on it, and it'll send it to everybody in my database at all at the same time. Highly efficient. So use those tag systems, and it makes Command work a lot better. And if you're not sure how to set them up, I can show you one day. It's pretty easy. And Brett can show you too if you go to his tech classes. That's a great way to utilize Command. All right, when you're calling people, your Mets, trying to catch up with them, remember the Ford model. Ford is an acronym, stands for Family, Occupation, Recreation, and Dreams. These are good things to start conversations with for people you haven't talked in a while, to catch up with them. And to hopefully get around to making sure that you have all their current information correctly in your Command. But this is relationship building. You talk to them about their family, how their job's going, what they did over the summer. How's that retirement plan coming along? You want to engage with them, build a relationship. And if you're able to get additional information to add to Command, the Command can be more productive for you. Get a spouse's information, get a birthday, get their kids' names, try to get more information about them, put them in the notes so you can utilize that as the future and grow your business even more strongly by being able to communicate them on a more personal level. People love a personalized business. I mean, happy birthday card. If you know somebody's birthday that's not a family or friend member, another person, and you actually send them a birthday card handwritten, oh my gosh. And that says a lot about, your level of care. People like to see that. So it's a great way to nurture your database. All right. Oh, this was the exercise we were gonna do. We'll do this one on Thursday. Yep. Okay. So remember, you've got to add those contacts. You've got to actually go into command, put them in there, put all their information in there, assign them the tags they need. So you can actually talk to them in the future. Yvette knows. She spends lots of times helping you guys do all that. All right. That was our basic coverage for today. We do have homework. We're gonna send you guys home with online, folks. The homework is on page 18. I loved it in the instructors manuals. It told me to open up the yellow pages. And just randomly flip the page and point here, and then that was gonna be the type of business that we were gonna talk about. I thought, oh, that's cute. But the idea behind this exercise is think about all the types of businesses you are already connected to. Who do you know in that industry? Those are the kind of people we want to think about for our homework. Who would you put on this list? Who do you already know? You know, outside just like your own doctor and your dentist. And who do you know? You have your own, insurance companies. That was the activity we were supposed to do. I printed off, but I'm doing that and she was.
Cool. All right, so homework.
Let me go back to page 18. Yep.
Jog your memory.
Yep.
You know more people than you think you do.
Yep.
So jog your memory and think about the different categories in which you know.
Right. Think of all the other occupations that you work with, like I said, yeah. Just open the phone book to a random page and call out that occupation. All of a sudden we hit, cardio. I find one of those. I know Gary Garcia, but he's in my office and actually all of my questions. So think about all the things you already know. Not necessarily talking to everyone, need to be introduced. You're very expressive. So start thinking about different occupations. Let's bring this. Yay. Put it in right.
Thanks.
Yes.
We just need to get them off of Zoom and then on the text.
Thank you guys on Zoom. We're gonna go ahead and leave our business meeting starting. Have a good day. And